Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I am here. My name is G8. If you haven't been on this channel is more like a journal of just ideas and perspectives that I would like to share that I find interesting, topics that I really have been reading about, I've been studying on my free time. This is basically a channel about what I'm interested in, topics that I find interesting that really involve the human life and just living day by day, and things that I notice, things that I would like to pay attention to. One of the things that I am doing in my life is trying to focus on valuable things, valuable ideas, valuable just instead of having a fixed mindset, I have a growth mindset. I'm actually reading a book that's by Carol S. Dweck. It's called Mindset, The New Psychology of Success, How We Can Learn to Fulfill Our Potential. And it's been really good. I mean, I'm almost done with the book. I've been extending the rental of this book. I mean, I'm a slow reader, but I'm almost done with this. I'm trying to finish it and understanding, what the message and focus of this book is, and it's been really helping me just to understand that you as a human being, you can do anything in regards to working hard. You have to work hard. It's a matter of developing a skill. It's a matter of self-discipline yourself. But that's about it. If you want to know about me, there's a Twitter handle under my bio, a Twitter link, and so that's the only social media that I do have for now. It's just Twitter. Let's get started on this topic of this video. So I wanted to talk about paradigm. I find this word just really intriguing. I was listening to a podcast one time, and this speaker, he used paradigm in a sentence, and I was like, what is this word? Like, what does this mean? And I have found myself just really studying what this word means, and I'm still studying and really figuring out what this word means. And this is what I'm gonna talk about in this video, just defining what paradigm means, explaining how this word has played a role in my life and how I've been able to understand more about life, and how this word has just helped me really move on and, let's say, break some cycles, some bad habits that I have in my life, or the way that I view things. Why do I view certain things in my life? Why do I behave certain type of ways? So this word paradigm really has helped me really understand that there's certain frameworks in life that we've developed at a young age, and that's the way that we see the world, through this framework, through our paradigm. So a couple of topics that I'm going to talk about is, how can we break the cycle of the filter that we see through? How can we break unwanted patterns? What are the patterns in my life that I recognize or don't recognize? How can I change it? How can I become a better person? How can I become a stronger person, or a wiser person, or a loving, compassionate? What are my weaknesses and strengths? But I'm just focusing on those three things, about how to break the cycle, what are the patterns in my life, and how can I change that. So I'm gonna touch base on those three topics, and hopefully by the end of this video we can learn something new, and this can really help us, at least a little bit think of, okay, this video has helped me see that there's certain ways that we see things, and how can I really take this as, okay, I need to be more accepting of other people's perspective, or I need to be more patient and understand that people see things differently. And at the end of the day, how can we come together and really solve this issue, and really not please everyone, but really just find a solution that helps everybody. at the end of the day. So I'm just going to start with defining what a paradigm is. A paradigm is a set of theories and assumptions that comprise a worldview or developed framework that informs action, right? There are three major theoretical paradigms that appear in sociology: structural functionalism, symbolic interactionalism, and conflict theory. And these are the three types of paradigms, and you can search that up. I will have a link below of the website. Study.com is the website, and I'll have that below, and I have other references to help you understand what that means if you're interested. But yeah, so I think I wrote down in my notes what I wanted to talk about, and I hope that this will help me when I look back at this video to really see how far I've come, or this will help you to really evaluate yourself and evaluate how you see things and what you can do to really develop a stronger viewpoint and a better way in communicating your viewpoint. So let's begin. So I'm going to be reading off of this reference because I think it's really simple and it really just explains what, you know, paradigm is, and it'll give you a better understanding of where I'm trying to get at. In the modern world, the paradigm definition is related largely to a worldview or consensus viewpoint of reality. Considering how paradigms can vary within all the fields of study, such as psychology, sociology, philosophy, and science, it is understandable that there are unlimited ways of looking through a lens at life and the world. There are unlimited ways of looking through a lens at life in the world. And that's just a short, basically, explanation or reason why I wanted to talk about this, because of how we all see things differently and we all have different perspectives on life. That's a big sentence right there. The individual too may have their own paradigms, including religion, success, ethics. However, sociological paradigms tend to be the focus when people speak of paradigms, because sociology deals with the behavior of groups and the topic affects everyone. So I'm going to talk slightly about structural functionalism, which is one of the types of paradigms. I'm not going to go too in depth in that because it can get really complicated. But the topic includes, you know, analyzing the ways that a group cooperates to form a successful whole, and this can involve, you know, your culture and family and, you know, your identity and what you can relate to with other people. So yeah, paradigm just creates your viewpoint. And so the reason why I wanted to talk about this is because I find that my viewpoint, I've been asking myself at age 24, what are my beliefs? What are my viewpoints? Really, like, I'm 24 years old, and, you know, one day I'm gonna die, and I want to make sure that I live a life as authentic as I want my life to be. It's like the values that I have in my life, are they my parents' values? Are they, you know, the world's values? Are they my school? Are they how I was raised, what I was taught? So I'm beginning to really ask myself these questions, and like, you know, we're put on this earth by this creator, right? We're living on this earth to do what? Like, what is the purpose of me making this video? What is this purpose of me living, of this life, right? I mean, I have answers for those. I'm not saying that, you know, there's no reason, there's no purpose. What I'm saying is, it's crazy how when we were children, we were innocent, right? We weren't conditioned, because as a child, you're learning about the world, and when you're learning about the world, you're looking at your parents and how they communicate. You're looking at the people around you and how they communicate, and that's when the condition starts. As children, we just love to play. We're ourselves. We're not, being told what to do and how to be. I think the true versions of ourselves is when we were little, is when we were, a child. Sometimes I think about who we were before, who I was before my family told me how to be, before society told me how to be, before the person I was before I got hurt, before I got my heart broken, before trauma, before I was bullied, before I had to learn to protect my heart. So all of these things has caused me to be conditioned and to see things through my paradigm. So if you really think about it, and I've been pondering about this topic, is because this kind of paradigm is kind of like an explanation of it. It's a framework of how we see things. And I think there's power in being aware of that, because we can change the way that we see things. And I know with time, if I'm consistent with really taking time and trying to understand paradigm and asking questions, I think I'll eventually reach a point where I'll be able to gain a broader perspective or self-control of my viewpoint, and being more respectful to the diversity of human experience. Because we're put on this earth, and we're not like, I don't know everything, and I'm not in control of other people's perspective. I'm not in control of other people's viewpoints, and that is something that I don't have to worry about anymore, about how other people view me, because they have their opinion. As human beings, we have our opinions, we have the way that we view things, and we shouldn't let that affect us or affect us in such a way that we're not allowed to grow, or we're not allowed to be our authentic self. Something that I wrote in my notes, I said, I can't think that I'm in control of other people's experiences, because people are 100% in control of their own experience. People's reaction of you has nothing to do in how you're acting in the world. Their paradigm of the world, when you look at a person, what you're really looking at is a person who's filtering the entire world through their paradigm, which is countless experiences of things that happen to them in this world. So yeah, I think it's very this topic of paradigm is really cool. I mean, I like psychology, I like philosophy, I like I like terms that help you see or explain certain behaviors of human beings. And I think when you dive into that group, when you dive into that realm of explanation and definitions, it just helps you to really develop a strong foundation or a strong intuition where certain things that other people don't, and this just helps you see the world more clearly. And it helps me just really ask myself, okay, so maybe that's why I believe this. Maybe that's why I don't get along with this person, or my behavior is this when I'm around this person. I think it's cool that we can develop skills, right? I think it's cool that life is about learning and life is about growing, and there's no reason to compare yourself to other people, because you're not them and they're not you, and we're all just learning. So breaking the cycle every day, just work on knowing that you see things through your paradigm and you can change that. I have the power to change how I see things. And I think being aware of that growing up we were conditioned, and we're still being conditioned by the things that we watch, by the things that we listen to. We have the power to change that, and it comes with time and consistency, with practicing what our goals are and what we want for our lives. So certain patterns that you notice in your life, or certain patterns that I noticed in my life, I've been just removing people that aren't really that don't really want to grow or evolve or become stronger, or just become more outgoing or more or open-minded to new things. So I've just been really avoiding those friends of mine that aren't really on the same growth mindset that I am on. So breaking bad patterns. So I've been going to the gym more. I talked about that in my other videos, and I've been seeing progress. I've been seeing how exercising has really helped me to become more of a clear thinker, and really taking care of my body, putting my body first, and making sure that I know that I'm in control of my body by the decisions that I make every day, or I push myself to make every day, because some days I'm not trying. Some days the bed is definitely it's comfortable bed. So yeah, so there's certain patterns in my life that I've changed and I've seen progress from. So yeah, I think I've covered all the bases for this video. I've defined what paradigm is. I've talked about the ways that you can break the cycle, break the patterns. I've discussed about the 3 types of paradigm and what it means. So, and I also recommend this book. It's a really good book. But I think this book, it was just very repetitive. There's a lot of stories that the author talked about, but it was the point was repetitive, and it was too repetitive. Like, I understood what the point of this book was, and I'm just ready for another book. But with that being said, thank you guys for listening, and I hope you guys really use this to help you see things differently, and know that, you know, the way that you see things might not actually be what you want for your life, and you have the power to change that into something that you can create. You are your master of your life, not your parents, not anything else, but you get to choose the way that you see things. So if you know, for example, one example of, in simple terms, right? Let's say, in order to explain what a paradigm is, let's compare them to a pair of glasses. If the glasses are tinted red, the person look through them will see everything through a red filter. Take off those glasses and you won't see things in red anymore. But yeah, so that's about it. Thank you guys for listening. I'll see you guys in the next episode.